Coach Cofield, the Coach Cofield Show, talking to Tallahassee great, national great, awesome coach, awesome player, Corey Fuller. How you doing today?
Doing all right, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. What I like to do is talk about your past, talk about where you came from and how you got to where you are. Like to start off with your high school football career and take us all the way up to where you are right now.
No, man, I come from the Miles Mustang, baby. You can't
Where's
just start
that?
with high school. I come from the Miles Mustang, baby.
Uh-oh.
Miles Park, baby.
Miles Mustang.
Yeah,
What
I was a
what
Mustang.
what position did you play back then?
First position they played me at offensive line the first year. Number 64, I think. I remember 63.
And where you go to middle school at?
Fairview, baby.
Fairview?
That's right.
They
They
didn't
didn't have
have
middle school.
they
They
didn't
didn't
have
have middle
middle
school football back then. You better be
right.
glad. I'd have terrorized the city.
But they had Park City League football.
Oh, yeah.
And then you moved on to Rickards High School,
Right.
right? When you first got there, what was your thoughts going through your head as a
So, you go to high school, you have a collage of friends that you either grew up with. With me growing up in the project, I had a lot of friends. A lot of them, some of them had to quit school. Some of them was going to high school. But all my friends ain't really play football.
really?
But my main buddy, Gary McPherson, Trevino Williams, all of us, we played football. So it made it easier. I think I probably played 1 or 2 JV games. They put me on varsity.
And what position you played in ninth grade?
I played cornerback and receiver. I thought I was going to be a receiver. I was pretty special either way. But, Florida State saw something different. And what they saw was the truth. Because I went all the way from, as I say, from Rickards to the NFL.
Now I heard somebody told me you thought you was gonna be a baseball player too.
I know they didn't play many of us over here at that time. So I went ahead and chased that football dream. But if I know what I know now, I would have kept playing because my high school coach actually became the pitching coach at Florida State.
Who was that?
The same coach as the head coach of Florida A&M baseball, James Shue.
He was at Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You want to be indoctrinated into coaching, and you white, you got to go to Rickards or Godby. Start in your career.
Why is that?
Gonna make your skin tough from the word go. You know what you're dealing with. I think that's some of the problem in football right now. A lot of people don't know how to deal with the kids because if you don't go become a high school coach, you go straight to GA and you don't learn the skills you need to deal with Afro-American kids, I feel.
What's some of the things you think that's necessary to do that?
If I tell any young guy that want to go into coaching, white, black, Hispanic, whatever your nationality is, if you want to go into coaching, find a bad job and go there and volunteer, go there and coach, whatever your aspiration is, but you need to find a bad job because you need to make sure you want to do this because it's long hours regardless if you coach high school, middle school, or college, more or less the pros. It's long hours.
You say a bad job. What you mean? A team that's not used to winning?
A program that's struggling, financial, everything. Because I think you'll learn all the ins and outs. It depends what your aspiration is. Because you want to be a head coach one day, 75%, this is their statistics, 75% of kids that play football in America all the way to the NFL are Afro-American kids. And very many of us are that 75% coming from middle class or well off.
And most of the schools that you would deal with, would you tell them to go off somewhere?
We have enough schools around here. If you're a local guy, to start it right here. You just got to be willing to break down your pride. If you're a homegrown kid, if your high school that you played at or went to don't want you, go to the other high schools. Take it to a Family High, Rickards, Garvin. Those schools are in need. Gaston County, they're not West Gaston because they don't play football anymore out there for high school. Those schools are in need and great coaches or great volunteer guys that's trying to be coaches.
When you first get started coaching, how long would you volunteer before you try to get a permanent job?
For me, I volunteered for 2 years before they just said we need to give you something coming. Well, I volunteered for 3 years because I was at Rickards 1 year and then 2 years at West Gas with Bradwell. So you don't have to volunteer, but if you want to be paid, you got to get all the credential stuff covered if you want to supplement. The supplement is not that high. So even in Florida, That's the thing you're going to learn quick if you love football, not because of the supplement pay. But a lot of guys today, they want the shirt with the logo on it, but don't want to do work that go with it.
Some of us, for example, I don't think I started coaching until I in my late 20s, 30s, because I didn't think I had played football in high school and played like 2 or 3 years of college, and I didn't think that much of coaching at the time. I was like, man, I don't want to get. But somebody, your old former coach, I used to talk to Coach Williams all the time, and he would come up to me and say, I'll be saying, Coach, why y'all didn't do this? He said, you always got an opinion. He said, put your money where your mouth. I come in and help. And I
Right.
went out and started working with him, and then I found I like working with kids.
Yeah, I didn't think I would be a coach neither, to be honest. But once I got into it, and then I realized this was a real way for me to give back. Because, most guys that make it to where I made it in the game, we don't become coaches.
Right.
And once you see the business side of it, it draws you away from it even more, I think. But in today's time, when you see the financial side of it, it draws guys are running to it.
I see a lot of young guys that started out and not coaching anymore because some of the things you were talking about. What made you stick to it? Because you didn't really have to do it.
I love the thrill of being close as I could to the grass, not being able to play no more. And then the real thrill was seeing changing kids' lives. And also got to punish a lot of people in the process.
Who was some of the guys that influenced you as coaches?
My coaching influence started at a young age. Mike Harrison, Coach Skinner, all the way up to Coach Williams, Coach Jackson at Fairview, Coach Hickman. It then when we get to Florida State, Bobby and Mickey, of course. And then after that, and then I felt it's all business. But Dennis Green had a big influence, Butch Davis. And so it was easy for me because then what happens is when you do become a coach, you tap into all those lessons that was taught to you by them. So it's all like it's a good pot of gumbo, and then you got to try to cook your gumbo to the way you want it when you become a coach. I think a lot of people fail because they spend more time trying to be the coach or be somebody else instead of being themselves.
What is your philosophy as a coach? I know in high school, I know you believe in physical football because we played against each other.
What I believe, lead like Bobby, program built like Mickey. What your statement you just made, the leadership came from Bobby Bowden, tough another program for my defensive coordinator in college. It's a mentality. Life is a mentality, and football is a mentality. And they're two different mentalities. And the great ones know how to cut the switch off and know how to cut it on. But most of them, you got to drive it in them. And once you see they'll keep coming, you got something.
Now, you coached a lot of guys in high school and the influence. What do you think you put into those guys?
How to be better young men. One day they'll hope to grow up and be great fathers, husbands, mentors, and maybe coaches, and be able to give back to their community because that's all it was done to me. But the way we do it is very unique, especially in this day and time. I keep seeing all the stuff they do. That's the one thing about social media. It can drive me to. I put out there every now and then. Y'all boys keep talking like y'all doing something. Y'all gonna make me come back. One thing about me, if they give me 50 kids to 40 kids, that they ain't even gotta want to play football. By the time they get done with me, they love football. I'm gonna win.
So you think about coming back?
No. I said they make me want to come back with all the stuff they talking. I see coaches that wasn't talking when I was coaching.
What you mean? What they talking about?
Like they doing good. You know what? I can tell you this right here. When you get time, go look up my record from high school and go look up the head-to-head matches when I played the teams around him and really see. Like, I don't really get a lot of due for my coaching prowess, especially being at Gaston County. All the winning we really did. Like, people don't really, because when I leave, the program go down. Maybe Ellerton can bring it back up this time. Along the way, you got to develop players. Kids can transfer in, but eventually you got to develop players and build it from within.
You didn't have that many transfers coming to Gaston County. You was able.
Yeah, Josh Farmer came. We had a couple kids coming up.
Where Josh Farmer came from?
Port St. Joe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I just thought he was homegrown from Gaston County.
So I tell parents, don't get caught up in the school. You're caught up in your coach. Because a great coach is going to change a school no matter what shape it's in. He's going to help change the culture of the school through the football program and the winning that he's going to do. They don't know how to win gracefully, though. See, as much as I talk, I always respect it. Unless I knew the coaching staff, me being a coach, because every coach we played against thought they was playing against me. That's the same thing Dion has been facing since he's been coaching. I can't play no more football. I tell these young boys right here all the time, man, when I was y'all age, everybody in the world knew who I was.
When you I forgot, how long were you your head coach?
I think 11 years.
It was that long
10 or
ago?
11 years. Yeah.
It didn't seem that long. You was in it and it was gone.
I remember I was at Gadsden County 3 times, and then I was at Garvey too.
Oh, that's right. Your record, how many you didn't lose with one game at Garvey, something like that?
Lost 3 in 2 years.
3 in 2 years.
Should have been 2 because they robbed me of that Hail Mary against Lincoln. Remember that? That fake touchdown?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I'm still mad about that.
Why you mad? Why you say they robbed you, Coach?
The Riders went down in the crowd and got the ball and came out like he caught the ball in the air. It was a Hail Mary. He robbed my kid at Garvey of a 10-0 season. The first season was done. They had won 5 games in 2 years. Sent 1 kid to college. We sent over 20 kids to college the first year. See, that's what's been the Devin Rich presses at FAMU now.
Right.
It's how God works. I didn't even know I'd be in my alma mater right now, right?
Right.
I knew how bad Devin wanted to go to college because he loved recruiting. He loved it. And to every young coach, to every young kid, to every mom and dad that's out there, be faithful over a few things and God will make you rule over many things. When I called Devin to come with me to Gadsden County, Devin had been there with AC. They didn't win a game when they were coaching that 1 year AC was there. I said, man, I'm going to help you redeem your name in this county and in the football world for that job y'all didn't do here. I told him, come with me. I know it was a big jump for Devin. The lead Rickards, his alma mater, his boy Quint, to come with me. But he's a man of faith. He's a believer. And I showed him how to be a head coach. I showed him how to be a leader because I put responsibilities on him that was going to have to activate the side people sending him now. But his work that he done in Gadsden County propelled him to FAMU. The work I done in Gadsden County. See, when you seen guys run out, getting jobs, getting opportunities, neither one of us said we was going to college at the time we was going. God said it's time for y'all to go now. God opened these doors because I didn't know Coach Mike Norville.
Did you apply, or did he call you?
He talked to me about a job.
Right.
No call, no apply. They don't, in college, ain't no job to apply for. And this
What I mean by
call
apply is you seeking a job out. That's what I'm talking about.
I just went to help him do a recruiting thing. He asked me to hang back. And he told me, Coach, I want to talk to you about a job. I said, Coach, I don't be no college coach. I got a son that right now going to be a phenom. I got to make sure this go through for him and the future generations of fools. He said, no, I don't want you to coach. I got a role. So the power of social media works good and bad for you.
So what exactly do you do at Florida State?
So I'm a director of player relations. So I deal with number of the players on the roster. So like today in my book, you can see. So on Monday, I call it wellness check. My day on Monday is just filled up with the early meeting we have. I probably hit like 35 kids a day. I used to call them, but I know everybody responds to text. So I text every one of them. So I randomly go through every position and pick kids out every Monday. Try to do like 35 of them and text them. It's a wellness check. It ain't about football. It's about life. See where they at. See where their mind at. You know. We can still be winning, but it still could be kids that's not happy.
Right. And you say that's every kid on the roster.
No, like today I hit like 35. By the end of the week, I've been in touch and said something to each one of them. But every month, I'm going to do the minimum of 35. And so by the end of the month, I've been got everybody.
It doesn't matter whether they play or not.
No matter if they play. Because, see, like one walk-on, 2 walk-ons. I hit like 7 of them today that's walk-on. I don't care what your status is. I walk-on get treated like 5 stars over here.
Wow.
They get all the perks. Everything a scholarship player get, I walk-on get.
And that's a school philosophy to treat everybody the same like that?
At this place, I can't speak for everybody else.
Right.
Y'all walk on and get treated like scholarship players?
Is that Coach Norville's thought process?
Yeah, and we put a lot of walk-on kids on scholarship too. Man, we truly try to play the best player right here now. All that faking like you the best and you ain't the best, they don't stars don't mean nothing around here once you get here.
When you were in school compared to now, what you see a lot of differences?
You gotta think I can't compare it because I wasn't in I wasn't in an adult role to know the behind the scenes. But I know the stuff that I know now. They treat them definitely physically better, but that's because of the rules. But I know materialistic wise, financial wise, they get it. But it's just the time we living in and the money that football generates in America is just astronomical. So the kids should benefit from it.
Yeah, because you see a little difference. Even back at the time when I came in, back in the 70s, I was kind of surprised. I talked to the coach at FAMU, Coach Riley was coach, and he told me he was getting ready. The kid came up to him, he said, "What you doing?" He said, "Coach, I can't practice today." He said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I got a cold."
What time things will change for the good, better, and the greater. When I say we back, we so close to scaring people. So, but to be back, you got to do multiple. You got to do 3, 4, 5 years, like Georgia's put together, like Alabama's put together. We've put together right now to so far we 18-3 since I've been back. That is pretty comfortable to what it was when I was in school, to be honest, because I only lost 5 or 6 games in college. So
In
you
4
can say
years?
right now, no, I was in college 5 years. Remember, I got hurt.
Oh, okay.
But I only can play 4 years, but I was on the roster for 5 years. So you can say we pretty comfortable to a career like mine was in college. So we keep rolling and keep it up at a high level. You can say we rolling, we trending closer to back than what we were away from.
The last thing I really want to get into, you've been around you had all kind of different experiences. What would you tell a young guy? We talked about it. What would you tell the young guys coming up now that want to be a coach? I know some of your philosophy, but sort of throw that, top that up and what would you tell them?
I would tell them to make sure that they don't look at a clock. Go get some psychology training, because you're going to have to be a mentor, father, brother, uncle, a coach. Go get some of that training and get a heart of serving. Coaching is a serving job. It's not a job where you get a title and you take. It's a serving job. You serve others. So anybody that want to get into it, have your heart of serving, and remember that you're trying to affect change for the next 30 to 40, 50 years, not for 4 years.
That's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. I appreciate you coming on with me, Coach. And good luck on the rest of the season.
I don't believe in luck. That's what y'all believe in. That time they took the game from me at FAMU High. I was supposed to retire from coaching then.
What?
So you believe in luck. You remember that night y'all took the game. I punished y'all the next year, though.
How you took the game, Coach?
They took the game. The bad officials y'all had out there that night.
Man,
y'all couldn't.
No, Coach, let's don't go. We can't revisit. You got to take that L like a man. Don't talk about
I took it, but the last game we won, so y'all had y'all still wearing y'all. You won't play. You told them don't play no more.
I did. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I said it drive you crazy. I said it drive him crazy. He can't play us no more. Coach, they wouldn't listen to me. Him, Coach William, all of them, they wanted to play. I said, man, he finna try to kill us. And I said, Coach,
we knocked y'all running back out of the playoff.
Man, you took it. We had a team. We only lost like 1 game. Well, we lost 2, and we were the ranked number 2.
That's the year we went to the Final Four too, though.
Huh?
We went to the Final Four that year too.
But I wouldn't play it. It really took us out of the playoff because we got a lot of players hurt in that game. And I tried to tell them, I said, look, Coach, that's the last game of the season before we go in. Don't go out there and play. I knew what you was gonna do. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
No, you said it right. It wasn't what I was going to do. It's the physical style of coaching that we have. And we had a lot of kids back from that loss the year before. And they felt like we got cheated. They was out to make sure.
Ain't nobody cheat you. You used them same officials, didn't you?
No, that time I was using gas and counting. They wrote me up for that. They wrote me up after the game. I went in the referee room.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that, Coach.
Yeah, they wrote me up.
I know you.
Okay. I'm telling you, when you do this show and you put it out there, just go ask people, name a more impactful coach in a situation like Corey Fuller in the last 10 years in the Big Bend area.
I definitely
Just that's what people don't realize. Coach Cleve, I feel free saying this. Coach Cleve called me when I left God and told me, I'm so happy because we will never beat y'all as long as you was there.
Oh man.
Cleve called and told me that. So you gotta remember he had that good team when we had the black quarterback. Because we had 10 sacks when we like to knock them out. We like to put him out for the rest of the year. That year, God, when we had that mean defense. This is the thing that people don't. This is what I always did when I took over a job. I went and looked at every game from the previous year when I took over a sorry job. The first game I always started out with was with the rivalry. I take the rivalry to school and see. I watched 2 times in my coaching career before I took a job. The year before, I watched Rickards beat Gaston County 42-7. I saw him beat God 42-14, and I'm out there looking at all them big old kids for God. And it's like I spoke it into fruition. I was like, how they losing? I said, same thing about Gaston County. And at this time, I had never been a head coach. The very next year, we played Rudy over them. We beat them 21-6. The very first year at Rickards, we beat them 21-6, something like that at Gobbin. The next year, we blew them out, everybody out the water. The thing is that the mentality of loser has to change the day you take over the job. You have to blow breath and life into kids that don't see no hope and opportunity. That was my greatest gift as a coach.
Awesome. I know they were fired up when they get out there on the field. I was like, man. But I knew you could say one thing, you talk that trash coach. You 1-1 against me, that's all.
Yeah, we 1-1, but you took the last one, so you're going to wait until you leave the earth because you didn't want to play no more, so you have no chance to make it better.
Hey.
But your one win looked like it was some fictitious calling that night. My win was superior.
Do you realize that we kept the ball for 10 minutes in one quarter, running it left, right. I didn't call it.
You talk I took over that program that had not won a game, but you know that second year I took them to the Final Four. Every second year of the program I take over, we are deep in the playoffs. It's a philosophy, coach. I'm gonna run our backs. I'm gonna find me a tight end, a fullback, and we're gonna come downhill. And then when we need to throw, we'll be able to throw because we're gonna have the skill. But I'm gonna bore you to death with running right at you. And I'm good with taking a loss. I know you're running all night. I'm good with taking a loss.
Coach, we won the state championship through 2 passes for -2 yards.
All right, Coach, man. I enjoy you bringing me on, man. Good always. 4 quarters.
Appreciate it, Coach.